Alrighty, folks. Pathfinders, path seekers, seekers of the truth. I am Nolen-Zander coming at you once again. This title and this video, we're talking about living on light. So what does that mean, living on light? Does it mean sucking up energy from the sun? To a point, it does. One, get out in the sun. Sun gazing. There's some books on that. Take a look at them. Two, grounding. Grounding means bare feet on the earth. Not the sidewalk, not the blacktop, on the earth through some grass. Maybe hug a tree, literally, actually. Have nature nurture you. Get back into nature. Retrain your physical body to do the things that our ancestors did. You've probably seen or heard stories about sun worshippers once upon a time, way back before Egypt, or maybe during the time of Egypt and its empire. So, sun gazing. Let's take a look at that. Sun gazing, basically, in any book, is going to tell you look at the sun within 30 minutes of sunrise and within 30 minutes of sunset. So when the sun comes up, you should be out there. Maybe that's too early for you. Then you're going to have to do it at sunset. But I would probably recommend doing it twice a day, sunrise and sunset. It's actually very beautiful. You might want to go check that out. Start with 5 seconds. No sunglasses. You don't see the wolf over there freaking wearing sunglasses. The bear, the cheetah. Don't wear sunglasses. Their vision is a little bit better too. Bullshit. Anyway. So, looking at the sun for 5-second increments per day. Starting with day 1, 5 seconds. Start off about 5 or 6, 3, 5, 7 days. Try 10 seconds. So you're adding 5 seconds each time. You can go up to, some of the books say you can go up to about 15 minutes. Because we're looking at 30 minutes after sunrise, 30 minutes before sunset. So we don't want to spend a lot of time out there, which would also give you time for a standing meditation. It would also give you time for grounding. So you can do your grounding exercises and your meditation, your standing meditation, and your sun gazing all in one wallop. If you schedule maybe 30 minutes to do that in the morning and the evening, you'd have to carve that into your schedule, which means something of a bad habit needs to be carved out. How much time do you spend on Netflix? Binge watching something. TV, PlayStation, Xbox, video games. What? What can you cut out? And what does that bring you to do those video games? Is it joy? Is it meeting people? Reorganize your life. In my book, Habituating Happiness, it will change who you are fundamentally. You will not be the same person. If you like who you are, you probably don't need to be watching this video anyways. If you want to be a better version of yourself, a different human, a different individual, a different entity, then keep watching. Get the book when it's available. So, grounding, or sun gazing, grounding. All right, for the start. No sunglasses, no shoes. If you have shoes, you can wear some moccasins, something that's all natural, that you're still in contact with Mother Gaia. Okay? Looking at the sun in its general direction, with your eyes looking at or around the edges of the sun, so you can get the maximum amount of energy from the sun. They say that our sun is a link to the central sun, where the Creator resides. So getting that energy through that portal is important. That's not to say that this is all you're living off of. Now, living on light also means grounding. You have to be grounded, just like if you're a welder or an electronics person, you always have a grounding strap that connects you as an electronics person. You have a grounding strap usually around your wrist when you're playing around with electronics so that you don't destroy the electronic gear by some sort of spark of electricity, right? Or some sort of lightning. For a welder, you have to have the grounding clamp, pardon, you have to have the grounding clamp on the metal that you're working with. Same as the human, as we have our toroid, right? And we are on or within the reality of this earth, or the Gaia, who has her own toroid. We are all having our own little experiences and little toroids. In order to have an effective toroid in relation to Mother Gaia and the rest of the universe, we have to be grounded to something else, which is Mother Gaia. Be in contact with the soil, not necessarily a sidewalk or a concrete something, parking lot, whatever. Not the gravel, because that's kind of hard on the feet too. Find a nice little patch of grass, maybe a nice patch of leaves or something like that. Get some moccasins, bless them, because the animal was killed in making those moccasins, and they did not bless that animal or the skin, so you do it. Something of a natural material to contact with the earth for grounding. There's some books out there, PMEF, grounding. There's some techniques in those books, which I'll probably have to come up with this on a book level. Anyways, those are two major techniques, right? The other technique for living on light is raising your vibration and keeping it at a steady, higher vibrational level. According to my book, Habituating Happiness, you need to take a look at that for the proper happiness level. Getting out of fear and staying out of fear for more than 51% of your day on a daily basis, which means your thoughts, your actions, the energy around you must be at a higher level. Once you get to a higher level, you'll notice the stagnant negative energy that's in certain structures, that's in certain cities, that's in and around certain cell phone towers and such like that, right? You'll notice a vibrational difference. You cannot feel it, or most people cannot feel it now because they're already at the same frequency, which is a negative fear-based frequency. So living on light, Breatharianism. It's not just a push a button and you're good to go. It's a frequency management issue. Can it be done? Or the Israeli guy, he has a program that you can get it done within 1 or 2 weeks. If you are ready. Right? There's people that he says that he's had that are 300 pounds, and they come in and they get this thing knocked out and they're good to go. And some that don't. He's had Olympic athletes come to him and tried the program. They should have succeeded, but they never did. It's a state of mind, not a body mass size. It's a determination issue. It's a belief system. It's a way of living without food. How much is the food industry worth? Fast food industry. Pharmaceutical industry. How much is that worth? What were to happen if you started living off of light, becoming a breatharian, living just on water? What would happen to those industries? They wouldn't be getting money out of you, right? What happens if 50% of the population of the planet did that? They just lost 50% of their profit. Is it in their best interest to have you a healthy human? You'll have to make that determination for yourself. The eyeglasses industry, right? If you can heal your eyesight because of the idea that the gut microbes in your body are what prevents dis-ease, and whenever we eat processed food, it kills those gut microbes. Medications, pills that you take are processed items. So not only does the body have to heal the disease, it has to battle the processed item that you just stuck in your body to fight this so-called disease. And all medications given to you by your doctor are recommended. They're prescribed. You're given a script. You take the script and you take it down there and you freely pay for it, either through your insurance or out of your own pocket. Some diseases are worse than others. Most people actually require their prescription. Go look at the book by Joe Dispenza, You Are the Placebo. 60 to 70% of the time, if you believe that something will fix you, then it will. 60 to 70%. It's called the placebo effect. You are the placebo. Even with your negative vibration, you are the placebo. So, raise your vibration, because according to Dr. Otto Warburg, no disease, including cancer, can survive an alkaline environment. What does that mean? Dr. Otto Warburg, 1931 Nobel Peace Prize winner for discovery of cancer. He probably knows a few things. Living on light by not living on the foods that we eat today. If you're an American, ask your grandmother how many fat people she saw when she was a child. Ask her if it was 33% of morbidly obese people that is currently the population of the United States. Morbidly obese means 50%, half of your body weight is fat. That's what that means, morbidly obese, 50%. 30% of the population of the United States is that way. Now we have these social justice folks saying that fat is beautiful, dad bods, sexy, the new sexy. When we all know that's a lie. We're taught the survival of the fittest, but now we're looking at a bigger version of everybody. Pretty soon we'll be like Wall-E. It'll be a documentary, not a cartoon. Just like Idiocracy. Anyways, living on light. Raise your vibration to a level and have an understanding that the food industry wants you to abide by the food pyramid. The pharmaceutical industry puts out, you must abide by the food pyramid. It's all about calories. Is it? No. Processed food kills our gut microbes. Processed food is killing us slowly. But you're paying for it. You want it in your fast-paced life. Life in the fast lane. stopping by McDonald's because it's on your way to work, Starbucks, Burger King, Sonic, mom and pop shop maybe, Subway. Now we have gauged healthiness. Well, Subway is healthier than McDonald's, but it still has processed food. Those slices of sandwich meat that are put on there are still processed foods. The dressings that are put on those sandwiches are processed. Otherwise, they would not be FDA approved. Living on light. Possibilities. Yes. Staring at the sun, sun gazing. Standing on the earth with your bare feet. Grounding. Raising your vibration to a level where you're actually happy. Wow. How about that? Not concerned with judging other people. Not concerned about what other people are thinking, because it's their thoughts, not yours. Getting to the level of beginning a pranic lifestyle. Raising the vibration. How do we do that? Thoughts. That's one. 2, food. In my book, Habituating Happiness, there's a food chart in there. It talks about the frequencies of the different food items. Okay? The closer you get to the sun, the higher the frequency. So when you're talking about dead animals, right, that's a negative hertz system. When you're talking about animal products such as dairy, that's a 0 hertz arena. Okay? When you're talking about vegetables, that's a certain level or a plus 5 hertz system. Okay? When you're talking about fruit, which is on the tree, closer to the sun, now we're talking about a plus 10 hertz system. Okay? When you're talking about superfoods, right? The sea kelps, spirulina, other super berries, other superfoods, stuff like that. We're talking about the 15 to 20 hertz, right? Maybe even up to 50 hertz, right? These are the vibrational levels that we're searching for. If you look in my chart in my book for Habituating Happiness, you'll see the breakdown of the human and the different body, the different areas of the body where the hertz is at a certain level. Okay? We need a positive system. The positivity in the hertz system corresponds directly to an alkaline diet. I'm not saying don't eat meat. I'm saying take a very close look at what you're eating and you make the decision. You have the free will. If you're looking at living off on light and you're still watching this video after 20 minutes, then I would understand that more than likely you're actually interested. These are the things that you need to do in order to get to that level. Am I at that level? Living off light? No. I'm doing the study and the research to do all this stuff. As you can see in my other videos, there's plenty of research done. I just have to do it. But how do I encompass all of that into a training program for a short, fast result that's positive? Working on it. Not just for me, but for you. This is my spiritual journey. I'm a researcher. That's what I did in the Navy for a while. So, continuing on, the food pyramid chart, the essential oils and the herbs, right? Because most essential oils come from herbs. We want those on there because you're talking about hundreds of hertz, up to I think 500 hertz. for a little bit of essential oil, right? That raises your vibration. Get some of them, put them on your body, drink some, little bits, drops, put it in water, not your soda pop. Look at my other video on sugar. Okay. And then, of course, direct sunlight. Now, I'm not saying go get a tan. You may get a tan, but it's recommended, at least in the beginning, first couple of years, to do it during sunset and sunrise. Unless, of course, your higher self or your spirit guides tell you differently. Okay? Living off of light. Raise your vibration, maintain a high vibration, and you should be able to accept that pranic living. Jasmine, one of the book writers, is an individual that she does pranic living and living off of light. You can look her up. I think she's from Europe, Central Europe, I believe she is. So go take a look for her works. And she is I won't say the expert, but an expert. And she does explain a little bit more on the pranic living. If you want a shortcut track and you believe that you're ready, go talk to Ray Mayor. He has an online course for about $149 US. It is a 7-day course that you're going to have to do by yourself. It's $150. It's pretty well and worth it if you want to give it a shot, I would say. Because also you can look at his Ray Mayor's other videos to see that he went 8 days, I think it was, in a documentary about dry fasting. Okay, survived 8 days dry fasting. And they took blood out of him, which is not recommended. So I'd say he'd freaking pretty well pulled it off. Ray Mayor is basically what they call a type 3 breatharian. Whereas he drinks water, he still lives in the city, right? He still has a job. He talked to his boss about leaving at 2 o'clock instead of 3 o'clock because he does not do lunch, right? Because he doesn't eat. When he does eat, he eats a little bit. He gets a sample. I want some ice cream. I want some of this, some of that. But usually he gets a small version of that just to get the taste. And once the taste has been satiated, then he throws the rest away. So he's a type 3. So every once in a while, maybe once a week or once every 2 weeks, once a month, once every 6 months, he gets something to eat. Maybe when he goes to see his mother. You know, the Jewish ladies, the Jewish moms always want their boys fat, dumb, and fat and happy, right? So maybe he has to indulge a little bit for the sake of his mother, because otherwise her vibration will be distraught. A lot of people go through Ray Mayor's program and then go back to eating. Maybe they eat 1 meal a day, maybe 2 meals a day instead of 3, right? But they understand that they can live off of prana. So, pranic living, yes, absolutely. The ways to do it, review this tape. So we got sun gazing, we got grounding, we got raising your vibration through food, through your thoughts, right? That's what needs to happen before you can try this program out for Breatharianism, for pranic living, and those types of things. This is a maintenance thing. This is a lifestyle change, right? Going out, hanging out at clubs, going out, hanging out at a restaurant with your friends, co-workers, is not going to be pleasant for them because you're interfering with their reality. That's like interfering with their religion. Wars have been started over such things. You don't believe me? Ask the Jewish folks. Ask Hitler, right? Wars have always been fought over how to pray to God. You're changing their fundamental belief system that they require food 3 times a day, because now you're interfering with their idea that they're addicted to something that is costing most of their income. Talked about most every day. As in, most of the conversations when you're out and about are talking about food. Hey, what are you doing for lunch? Hey, what are you going to eat? When you're at the restaurant, man, that's good. Why don't you try some of that? What's on the menu? What's that over there? What's he drinking? What's she drinking? That smells good. What's that? You're walking down the street. Damn, that smells good. Walking by a barbecue place, fast food place. Your tummies are a little bit rumbly. You're addicted to food. So much so you have to have it at least 3 times a day. You're telling people they're an addict. You're telling people that they're wrong, that their mother and father are wrong, their grandparents are wrong. All these people that are starving over in Africa don't need to be starving. Why don't they just stare at the sun? There's plenty of sun over there. It's a belief system. They lost the knowledge to convert nature into food. We're living off of processed food. Just because you're shoving shit in your face does not mean you're getting the nutritional values. What's the nutritional value of a frickin' Dorito? How about a pork rind? What's the nutritional value in that? Once again, folks, Nolen-John Zander. Be happy, be joyful, live the good life. It's an introduction to Pranic Living. Let's see if we can make this happen. Happy day.